Right, okay, let's take you through the starting grid for Mini Rookie Heat 2. Eloin Poissonnet starts from pole position and will be joined on the front row once again by Automax Racing's Isaac El Houti. Bruce Chirino, the Heat 1 winner, will start from the inside of row number 2 and joined by Maxime Smet on that row from Fusion Motorsport Benelux Progress Racing. Louis Letars and Javier Hardouin round out row 3. Arthur Jassogne. Martin Chekin Gomis rounds out row 4. Andre Credo and Gilles de Vela round out the top 10. Muzabera Akbaba round out starts on the inside of row number 6 ahead of Lucas van der Heerde. Milan de Ruyt, Daily Bruce Herculins and Thiago Oliveira round out your top 15 with Sid Morkins, Pelle de Vries, Nathan Schreers and Luis de Ridder rounding out the grid on this particular race. So once again, it will be 9 minutes plus an additional lap. So Bruce Chirino, if he finishes, looking at the qualifying side of things, Bruce Chirino, if he finishes second in this race and Eloin Poissonnet wins, then Poissonnet will be on pole for the final based on his qualifying results. Mainly because of the fact that it's 0 points for a win, 2 for second place, 3 for third, 4 for fourth, 5 for fifth in the heat stages. And then obviously it's 80 points that goes towards the championship tally after the ranking of the heats if you are top of the table. So will be very dependent on how things transpire on that particular side of things. Oh, and good to see Rosalind May Heineke's grandma watching over in the United States is back with us. Good to have you along for the ride once again. So, qualifying Heat 2, Mini Rookie, lights are on. On est parti, let's go. Right, 3 wide, 4 wide, all into turn 1. And a pinch and a turnaround and 2 carts, one into the side of another. And that has not gone well. Once again, turn 1 strikes, and that is the 940, I believe. Raphael Hardouin and I think maybe Arthur Jassogne might have been involved. So the 940 is going to be out of the cart, I'm afraid. That's the KHUB Ahas Karting on the Lando Norris chassis. Marshall escorting the driver away and pulling the cart to safety, but the driver walking away under their own power, which is always good to see. A couple of drivers in the previous race did get some 5-second time penalties. Louis Letau's got a 5-second time penalty for push to pass. Then we had 944 Erkelins, 911 Oliveira, and 906, which was Morkins, that all got a front fairing penalty. 5 seconds added to their time, as that is going to be a change there for third place. So that was one of the WJS racing drivers. I think that might have been Milan de Ruyt, possibly. So with 7 minutes to go plus an additional lap, Bruce Chirino is at the front end of the field. He's pulled away from, well, it's Eloin Poissonnet. It looks like these two are going to be dueling over the top spot. So Upper Jassogne, Ravel Hardouin look to be out of the race. And that is going to bring us down to 17 runners and riders here. But the battle for third and fourth, Milan de Ruyt up 10 places. Oh, well, he's following in the footsteps of Denver Balls, that's for sure. Milan de Ruyt, a small, like they say, small in stature, big in heart. And he's got a great little personality, but also a very hard charger out here on track. Up the inside, that is the change for fourth. Checking gummies through on Maxime Smet. So the 980 from Fusion Motorsport Benelux Progress Racing loses another spot and is being chased down by Automax Racing's youngster from France in the CRG, Isaac El Houti. He rounds out P6. Lucas van der Heerde through on André Grelo. Gilles de Vela through on Musabera Akbaba. Meantime, battle for the race lead. Chirino versus Poissonnet. Poissonnet last time round was the fastest driver out of everybody on the circuit. 1 minute 5.132 into turn 6. Now, that was impressive from that Henzacott in the hands of Chirino. Like literally, he turned on a sixpence. Like that had some really sharp turning. But it was like instant reaction. It's still not out of the woods yet for these two. They are still battling line astern. Lap 4 is complete, on to lap 5. 1.5 tenths. Milan de Ruyt, 3.6 seconds back in third. And well, Nathan Schroers looks to be the latest driver to end up retiring from the race. But Chirino still doing a stellar job at the moment. He's really keeping Poissonnet at bay, keeping the rear end of that Henza Racing Team chassis. Ken just like, I'm so impressed, like literally, go over the bump, turn. Like literally, okay, there's the bump, there's my cue. Bang, like enough steering angle just to allow the kart to pull over to the left-hand side. But Poissonnet through up at turn 12, now retakes the race lead. But sometimes it's always better off if you're the kart doing the chasing. Now going down the start-finish straight. Chirino to the inside, and that's going to be a textbook manoeuvre. Going over the final corner, slingshot past, nice and easy, especially when it's a corner like that. When we have, say, when we've got coming up at Carlton Genk on the 25th to the the 25th to the 27th of July, that turn 1, let's just say that Bruce Chirino's not going to be able to do it to that degree of angle, let's say. Once again, the lead will change. So Poissonnet through on Chirino, as I said. Poissonnet started from pole position. That's where he qualified. Chirino, if he'd qualified on pole and Poissonnet would have been on the outside, then yes, it would have been the fact that it would be more in the favour of the driver in second position. But they are starting to pull away. Milan de Ruyt still doing a really, really good job as the youngster in the 904 for WJS Racing, running on the CS55 branded chassis. Chirino trying to go brave around the outside. Oh, no. I'm sorry, that was never going to work. Trying to plant it on the outside of turn 5, and I think there might have been a little bit of a rubber sidewalls, and it caught Chirino out, scared him, and he just went, oh, lift off the throttle. But it's an instinctive reaction. That's what I would have done. And when you're that close, what he could have done is maybe just decided, discretion being the better part of valor, look to pull to the inside rather than throwing the Hail Mary, the Slim Shady round the outside, because that was very, very close indeed. However, the battle for P3 still very much at its intensity, with Milan de Ruyt still ahead. Isaac El Houthi now rounds out the top 4 ahead of Lucas van der Heerden. Martin Cekin Gomis battling away with Maxime Smet. As we saw, Louis Letowers and Gilles de Vela rounding out what is the top 10. Oh dear, 9.80. Maxime Smet has just lost the back end, going through into turn number 3. We're coming to the last few moments of this race. And there are battles up and down the order. Isaac El Houthi closing in on Milan de Ruyt in that very brightly coloured race helmet. So next time around we will go on to the penultimate lap of the race, which they are doing now. So Elouan Poissonnet is going to be on provisional pole for Mini Rookie, the way things are going. But you have to give Bruce Chirino credit where credit is due. Kept with Poissonnet for as long as he could until Poissonnet decided to bolt off into the distance. And that's exactly what has happened. But still, oh, running wide. Oh dear. Poor old Milan de Ruyt. Okay, 9.03 has just been given a... Oh, André Grelo has just been given a 5-second time penalty for being in the wrong starting position. It's a shame there, but we are going to be on to our final lap very, very shortly. Elouan Poissonnet is leading proceedings, and both he and Bruce Chirino go on to the final lap of this race. So Chirino won Heat 1. Poissonnet is only 2.5 tenths of a second ahead, and here comes Bruce Chirino up the inside, under braking, turns it in, nice and neat. Poissonnet looks to the over-under here through at turn number 4. He dives to the inside. So on the racing line behind Chirino. Chirino keeps that pinned through turn 6 and turn 7. Now we've just got the chicane, the top part of the top right-hand corner of the circuit to go. It's about how Chirino carries himself. But the way things are going, it is going to go the way of Henzo Racing Team's Bruce Chirino. The number 975 from the Netherlands takes the win, and provisionally with that books himself on pole position. Elouan Poissonnet will be alongside him on the front row, so the roles will be slightly reversed in the fact that Chirino started behind Poissonnet, let's forget. And now Chirino is going to start up on the inside. Isaac El Houthi, solid result there for the Automax Racing driver on the CRG, representing France. Lucas van der Heerden, Martin Cekin Gomis, Milan de Ruyt ending up 6th after at one point being P3. So great run there for the youngster from the Netherlands for WJS. Louis Letowers, Gilles de Vela rounding out the top 8. Maxime Smet and André Grelo. Grelo, I'm not too sure if that penalty's been applied, or if that does, that's going to tumble into that person to 13. If that penalty has not yet been applied. We then had Deli Bruce Erkelins, Moussa Pera Abdubaba, Luis Terrera, Pelle de Vries, Diego Oliveira and Sid Morkins rounding out the drivers that finished the race. Nathan Strauss out on lap 3. Raphael Valdouin and Arthur Jasson did not even make it to the end of the lap. But Bruce Chirino provisionally books himself on the Mini Rookie final as our pole sitter.